Hello guys. I'm not joking, this is my 9th take. So because this is my 9th take, I am gonna split this video up. So make sure you like and subscribe, especially for this very specific thing that we're about to do. Because I'm about to teach you the best way to get through these complications that this piece brings. So flat pieces have been the hardest for me to accomplish. So we're doing the little belly. It's going to be the flat white belly that goes here. So I also decided I'm just going to go ahead and give you too much information as well. And that can never hurt, you know. So whenever you see an R1, I just wanted to ensure that you're aware that that can mean round or row, and it actually doesn't even matter how you interchange those words. It means the same thing. However, when you say CH, that means chain. It's a chain stitch, rather than a SC, which is a single crochet. So this is like just a very easy technique. It's basically you start a string off like you would starting off a blanket. It's just a regular, easy, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're gonna do 5 of those, and then you turn around, kinda, and you start in this second chain, and then you insert your hook to start the rest of the row. You're gonna single crochet 3 times, and then in the last hole, you're gonna do 3 single crochets, like an increased stitch, but with a 3rd stitch in it. And then you start on the next side, you go in a circle, and then you're gonna do 2 single crochets, and then an increase in the last stitch, and it should end up with 10 stitches. Now, because this is a very intricate process, and as I find me trying to make these videos, I'm still running into the same issues, or I feel like I'm not describing it well enough for you to understand, because I go back and listen to it and I'm like, what did I, no, I didn't do that right. So this is what it looks like when you're done. So you would have, where's my pointer? You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stitches. Okay, that's and then that looks even. The little holes in the middle, that's not a big deal. Okay, so but the first 20 times I did this, it can be like completely rounded on one side. One hole be huge, the other one be really, really small. Like there's all kinds of things that can happen. So I'm going to help you overcome these objectives. All right, so wanted to remind you that this is the actual yarn that you're supposed to use, or that we have been using. And this here, I've already done the 5 chain stitches, but I've marked each of them with a stitch marker so that I can, and it's a technique you can use. It will start you off very, very easy, very less frustration. I really wish I would have thought about doing this before when I first started. But right now, I am going to show you how to do this beginning to end with the red yarn. And this is a medium lightweight yarn that if you look it up on Amazon, it's like, it's called beginner yarn. It's great because it doesn't split like regular yarn does. So if you're gonna purchase something like this and you look up beginner yarn, make sure you zoom in and you make sure it's not like the yarn that separates. So it doesn't separate and it does not fray like this does. Like you get little fluffs that come off of this. So this is my favorite yarn to use, but You can also see every itty bitty little possible mistake that you did. So it's not always my favorite with a brand new piece. So anyways, we're going to start off like we always do. Flip it over, pull and pull. Like always, see, you can see I've already done this video. I just don't want to waste it because it's going in the trash anyways, because I don't need the red one. All right, so when you pull the main piece and it shrinks, you're good, yay. If you pull the little one, it's a nay. You're gonna wanna fix yourself. Do it again, because you did backwards. Okay, I'm laying down for this. Where's my instructions? You know, we lefties forget stuff. Okay, so we're gonna do 5 chain stitches, super easy. Now, when you are doing chain stitches and you're doing a flat piece like this, go slow and be as careful, as intentional as possible. So, I mean, you don't have to do this at, you know, 0.000 miles per hour, but you do need to make sure you're holding this down here as you're doing it. You're going from back to front, and you're pulling it the same way every single time. So, what was that, 2? So, pull it back there, hold on to it again, 3, and I might accidentally on purpose mess up here. If I did, then you get to see what it looks like when you maneuver your hands too much. So it's 4, 5, and let's, nope, I did do it right. Okay. Every now and then you'll see a stitch that just doesn't look like the others because you rounded it a different way than you rounded the one previous to it. So, or there'll be a big hole between one or the other, and it actually kind of looks like there is one right there. So I'm gonna make it even. That's as good as that's gonna get. Okay, so one of the easiest things to do with something like this is to count backwards, because you know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those are the 5 stitches, right? So it tells you to go back into the second stitch and start here. So now remember, the last V is gonna have 3 stitches inside of it, kind of like an increase with an extra stitch. And then you go 1, 2, 3. So that is where your hook is gonna start off. It's going to go back into the second string, and you're splitting these, even though they're single crochet stitches, you're splitting these in half to start off with, because you can't really grab the whole V, because then you just be grabbing air. That won't get you very far. So I shouldn't have tightened it. I just tightened it by accident. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're gonna go back and you're gonna skip that one, and you can go to the second one. Okay, so pull lightly, but make sure you are at the same time. Okay, so things start to get weird here. So again, you can always stop. It's better to stop and think and look at it than to rip it up and tighten it and all that stuff. So remember, 3 stitches go in here, and then you have 1, and then you have 2. So that's where the next one is gonna go, is right here. Because once it starts taking shape, it looks all kinds of weird. Gently tug the excess. Do not tighten. That's what you're doing. That's a great way to say that. You're tugging the excess. You're not tightening. I'm glad I came up with that. I'm going to put that on a quote somewhere. Okay. So that was stitch 2. Stitch 3. And I am so splitting up these videos because I'm not sure if I said, this is, I think, my 9th take. My hands are sweaty. Now, this is fraying because my hands are sweaty. Ugh. Okay, so we're going to stop for a second so I don't have to wrestle with this. But see how it's tightened? A little too much. Here is where the last stitch is going to go. I'm going to open it up a little bit so I can see it. And we're going to do 3 stitches in there. And again, tighten or pull the excess. So here's stitch 1 in this hole. See what happened? I did not. Trying to be so careful, and then I did not actually pull that excess enough. So let's do it again. Okay, uno. Now remember, with an increased stitch, you got the little leggies. You're gonna follow into this one, which is kind of obvious because the hole did grow. I have shaky hands because I had a lot of coffee. So I do not have Parkinson's yet. I might get it one day, I don't know. It really sucks. Number 2 and number 3. Okay. You can look back. You got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches because you had 3, and then you had an increase. Wait, no, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you turn it over and you're gonna work on the other side like that piece of paper said, and see, look, it looks like a shrimp almost, kind of. Now when you work on the other side, instead of dividing the V's, you're gonna go underneath the whole V because now you can. So it was what, 2 stitches and increase. So you want to find those V's probably first before you go sticking wherever. You want to find them nice and neat. So not sure if you can see it, but there's one. And they're turning different ways. There's two pieces of yarn on that. You see, super up close you can see it, and then the last V is kind of turned sideways. So we're gonna go back that way. Okay, so oh, I had to start running the videos over because I did what I always tell you not to do. I crocheted this. I cannot believe I did that. Such a noob. I know. Okay, so the second V, which is so clear that I can, you know, see it, maybe, I don't know, I can't. I am farsighted a lot, nearsighted a little bit. I will not wear bifocal contacts. I refuse. So, oh, there it is. See, the V's can be just, they can be facing all kinds of directions. You just gotta look for them. I won't wear bifocal contacts. So, seeing up close sometimes isn't the easiest. And then the last V, wherever you may be, yeah, you have to really look for it, because it looks like one piece of yarn, but if you flip it over, you see both pieces. So now we're going to do an increase. Stitch. Yeah, my sweaty hands messed this one up. Okay. So, when you start the next round, it'll go right here. But you should have 10 stitches. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My original one looked better. So now the next video, you're definitely going to want to watch the next video because we're actually using the velvet yarn, but I'm going to teach you the coolest trick you've ever seen. Alrighty, my yarners? See you in a minute.